Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
Is it considered severing kinship ties in Islam if he does not enjoy talking to his sister because they have different interests? Her jokes and topics do not interest him. He does not like her lifestyle and the way she behaves, and he does not enjoy to her about his household work and his lifestyle. So
Is she his mahram?
with her without disrespecting or showing hatred towards her. And
Is she his mahram?
Sheikh Mahram.
Okay, if a woman is your mahram, like a sister or an aunt, if you don't speak to her and you sever the ties of kinship, you're sinful. Nowhere in Islam it says, oh, you have to connect your ties of kinship to the people that you enjoy what they say and have fun with their discussions. This is illogical. You tie the ties of kinship and not sever it by contacting them, by visiting them every now and then, by sending them messages, and keep the bare minimum of contact. Regardless if you like the subjects they open or not, if you like the way they speak or not. Because I guarantee you, so many of your kinship don't like the way you speak, don't like the way you act. So why is it that you force upon them to be likable to yourself? No, you have to do what pleases Allah regardless of what you like and what you dislike. Nazim from France.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So there is a question and some doubt among the authorities of a masjid in India regarding the nikah ceremonies conducted inside the masjid. After the nikah, relatives, friends, and members of the public usually congratulate the groom by doing musafaha and mu'annaqah with him, and photographs are taken during those moments as a way of preserving the memory of this special occasion. So since nikah is a major event that generally occurs only once in a person's lifetime, people naturally wish to capture those moments. So it is important to mention that there is no free mixing between men and women, no music, no shouting, and no inappropriate celebration. Everything takes place in a calm, respectful, and dignified manner suitable for the sanctity of the masjid. So the question is, in this situation, does taking photographs inside the masjid after the nikah, including pictures of people congratulating the groom through musafaha and mu'annaqah, as well as picture with the groom, go against the dignity and the sanctity of the masjid, or is it permissible as long as it remains respectful and within Islamic boundaries?
Wajazakum. First of all, for those who do not understand musafaha and mu'anaqah, musafaha is to shake hands, mu'anaqah is to embrace one another. So after the nikah ceremony, the marriage ceremony has been conducted in the masjid, they may go and congratulate the groom, the father of the bride, and wish them well by saying the dua, Allahumma barik lahuma wa barik alayhima wajma' baynahuma fi khayr. And while doing this, some may snap and take photos of the event. Personally, I believe that this is totally fine because this is not disrespecting the masjid, and it is not something that is agreed upon to be haram. Snapping photographs of men or children is permissible. Taking photos of women is totally prohibited. Keeping photographs of deceased is totally prohibited. Now, one may say or argue that it is disrespecting the masjid, we should not do this, we should not conduct nikah in the masjid to begin with, and this is all bogus. Wasn't it authenticated that the Prophet ﷺ approved of the Abyssinians playing with their spears and fighting in the masjid and practicing? What is, in your logic, more disrespectful? This, where there is the sound of cracking and hitting spears and shouts, or conducting a respectful nikah and no shouting, no music, no dancing, nothing of that sort? It's logical that doing such a thing is far less, according to other people's logic, to be lacking respect. So there's no problem in all of that, inshallah.